Welcome to Base Camp. You have joined a very particular group of men. Every man who is here has gone through the Calling Retreat, or the Calling Intensive, or the combined event. So every man that has come to Base Camp believe that there is something weighty about their life that God has given them that they are to bring to the world. And so we are a group of men who are trying to walk together in the discovery, the development, and then the deployment of the glory of our life. In other words, walking in our calling. So we are really glad that you are here. And I'd like to explain a few things about Base Camp that I think will be helpful as you've now come into Base Camp. First of all, as you can see at the top of the page, Base Camp is about reorienting, recalibrating, and resupplying. That there is a deep belief in our hearts that we are all on our own journey, but we need a place to come back and to reorient, to get our bearings back again. And that's needed all the time just because of the story that we're living in. We need to reorient, and we want Base Camp to be a place where we can do that. It also is a place to recalibrate, to come and set the gauges back again, to put things back in alignment. And we all need this as well. And so this is to be a place where we can recalibrate our life, our journey, our bearings, those type of things. And it also is a place to resupply. Resupply means that our supplies run short, right? They need to be boosted again. The supplies, the things that we need for our journey. And Base Camp is to be a place where we can do that as well. It's just true of all of our journeys. So this is a place where all of us as men are walking together. Now, in Base Camp, you'll find that we do have some trail guides. And all we are as trail guides are men who have maybe walked a little bit further in the journey, have maybe learned a few more things about the trails, but we are like every other man here. We are taking the journey together. We are learning. We need each other, but maybe we can help a little bit more to the men in Base Camp. So that's who we are, just a number of men trying to walk together to discover, to develop, and to deploy the glory, the brilliance, the splendor, the abundance of our life out to this world. So let me give you a few things that I think will be very helpful for you to understand about Base Camp and to navigate your way through all of this. First of all, on the main page, where you are right now, you will see on the left-hand column where the activities of Base Camp are listed. So every time a man makes a comment, responds to someone else, whether that's a forum or discussion, or it's registering for an event, or something like that, you will see that. So you want to look at the left-hand side for the activities of Base Camp. Who's saying what, who's doing what, who's posted a blog, and so on. This is really a helpful place to look right off, is the left-hand column, the activities of Base Camp. You'll also see on the main page, on the top center, there we will list all the upcoming events of Base Camp. Mainly what you'll see there are the upcoming Base Camp conversations. You will also see events that Base Camp is doing as well. Now, real quickly on the Base Camp conversations. Every week we have a conversation, either with a Base Camp member or a special guest, or we just have a conversation between each other. And they will be listed there. Now, it is in that center box as well, where just before a Base Camp campfire conversation begins, you will see the webcast player, and you will also see dial-in instructions as well. So that will all be there in that box every week. Now, below that is the chat box. The chat box is a place for real-time conversations. And so what you'll see in the chat box is in the left-hand column, you'll see everyone that's currently on Base Camp at the time. Now, they may or may not be paying attention to the chat box. They may be over in the forum discussions. They may be looking at events. They may be whatever they're doing. But you'll see the people that are currently in Base Camp. And then on the right of the chat box, there you'll see the chats that are going on. Now, what I want you to know right off is that many times men have Base Camp up on their computer, but they may not be paying attention at the time. So you may chat something like hello to Alex, or to myself or to Sam or to someone, and they may not respond to you. Don't take that personally. Probably what's happening is they have Basecamp up, but they're currently not looking at that at this time. Okay, a few more things about the main page. On the right side, upper side of the main page, you will see a little box which says Inbox. And there will be your mail, that your correspondence that comes through other members of Basecamp. When you get email from a Basecamp member, you need to go back into Basecamp, go to the inbox, and then hit reply and reply there. That's how your email will go back to that person, not through your regular email. And I'm telling you this because I've done it so many times in the beginning. I'd reply to somebody and it would never get to them. Okay, you'll also see on the main page, just below on the right-hand column, the inbox, you'll see videos. And there, Basecamp members have added videos that they found on YouTube or Vimeo that have been helpful. And I want to invite you to do that. You see something that's really good, it's inspiring, or maybe it's funny in an inspiring way, or it's a teaching that would be really good in the realm of walking in our calling and walking with God and hearing Him and that type of thing. Just click Add Video and add it. We would love for you to add videos there. And what I do is about every week I'll go and I'll feature certain videos. I'll look through the videos and I'll feature certain ones. But we want you to add videos there. Okay, now let me get real quickly to the menu at the top bar. So we've just talked about what's called Main Page. And then there's another tab called My Page. And that will allow you to see all of the things that directly deal with you. Comments you've made, forums you've created, conversations back to you. You'll see them all right there. That's really helpful to get to those very quickly. You'll also see another menu tab that's called Forums. Now, forums or discussions are where you want an ongoing conversation. So let's say you post a blog there and you want people to be able to respond to your blog, or you just throw out an idea or a question, but you want men to be able to respond over time to this, and you may want to add to it. That's what that's for. And if you go to the forum tab and you click on it, you'll see a number, quite a bit of discussions that have been created and what they look like. So that is for an ongoing conversation. Okay, so you will see a Supplies tab. Now, Supplies tab, that's where we post all of the campfire conversations that have gone on. Now they might be what we call podcast. That is a resource of conversations that have gone on that would be really helpful. So anytime we have a campfire conversation, usually within an hour or two, it is posted. So if you cannot make a campfire conversation, and we all realize things go on in our life, in our family life, in our work life, that we're not going to be able to make every campfire conversation, but you'll always be able to find them there. It's not too late. There's also a sub-tab called Supplements. And that's where I posted a number of articles in PDF form and some audio recordings, teachings that I think will be helpful. I would love for you to send me in PDF form, or I can convert it if it's a Word document, an article or something that you think is extremely helpful. And then I will post that into the supplies, in the supplements page. I would love for us to create a library of resources that help us walk with God and into our calling. So you can experiment with other things. This is a really great place to be. But what I want to end with is this. I don't want you to feel any pressure to be a good kind of club member by doing certain things, participating when you don't want to participate, that type of thing. I want you to realize that Basecamp is a place for you to come for your walk, to reorient, recalibrate, and resupply. So come and get what you need for your journey. You don't have to do more than that. But I also want to say that this is a place for you to bring the glory of your life, your brilliance, your weightiness, your strength, your splendor, and offer that to other men here as well. I want this to be a place where you can walk in your calling with other men, as well as discover and develop in your calling. So glad you're here. Every man here is glad that you are here. And I hope that you find what you need in terms of fellowship and friendship, in terms of clarity, in terms of opportunity for you to walk well with God in the glory of your life, walking out your calling. Glad you're here.